You know that feeling when you're charging your phone and it gets super hot? Or when you look at your energy bill and wonder, where did all that come from? Well, the answer to both of those things is all about a concept that's running in the background of everything we do: energy efficiency. And trust me, understanding it isn't just for physicists, it's for everyone.
Yeah, we hear this all the time, don't we? It's talked about like it's some sort of secret life hack, this complicated trick to save a few bucks and maybe help the planet. But what if the real story is actually way simpler and way more powerful?
And there it is. That's the truth we're digging into today. There's no sleight of hand here. Energy efficiency isn't a magic trick, it's just physics, plain and simple. It's all grounded in the fundamental laws of science, and we're going to break it all down. All right, so let's get into it. First up, we're going to get to the heart of what energy efficiency actually is. We're going to cut through the buzzwords and get right to the mechanics. Okay, so here's the one definition you really need to remember. Energy efficiency has nothing to do with creating new energy out of thin air. It's the science of loss reduction. It's about squeezing more useful work out of the energy we already have by plugging the leaks and stopping the waste.
And this isn't just a suggestion, it's a universal rule. It's basically the second law of thermodynamics playing out in real life. Your car, your laptop, the lights overhead, every single thing that uses power loses some of it along the way. The goal isn't to get to zero loss, that's literally impossible, but to make that loss as tiny as we possibly can.
Okay, so if every system is losing energy, the next big question is, where is it all going? Let's do a little investigation into the usual suspects of energy waste, from everyday gadgets to the buildings we spend our lives in. Lighting is the perfect place to start. We've all felt how incredibly hot an old incandescent light bulb can get, right? Well, that heat, that's pure wasted energy. It's electricity that was supposed to become light but decided to become heat instead. LEDs, on the other hand, are a total game changer because they're so much better at turning that electricity directly into light, not waste heat. And it's not just lights, you know? It's the same exact story with mechanical stuff, like motors. An old, clunky motor is basically a professional energy waster. It loses energy as heat, as noise from all that vibration, and from friction. A modern high-efficiency motor is just engineered to plug all of those leaks, so more of the power goes into doing the actual job. Now, let's zoom out. This problem gets way bigger when we look at entire buildings. Just think of your house or office like a big container trying to hold on to warm or cool air. Every poorly insulated wall, every drafty old window, every little crack, it's a leak. And your HVAC system has to run non-stop just to keep up. That is a massive, massive source of energy waste. But here's where it gets a little more subtle. Sometimes the problem isn't the equipment at all. It's how we're using it. And that brings us to what we call the control problem.
Right, it's a great question to ask. You could go out and buy the most state-of-the-art, hyper-efficient piece of machinery on the planet and still waste a ton of energy. How is that even possible?
Well, think about it. An office building with all the lights on at 3 a.m., a cooling system blasting away on a perfectly mild day, a pump in a factory running at top speed when things are slow. See, the equipment is fine. The problem is that it's running when it doesn't have to. That's not a technology problem. It's a control problem.
And the fix for this is, you guessed it, smarter controls. Instead of just being on or off, a smart system uses sensors to actually sense what's needed in real time. Then it can analyze that info and figure out the exact amount of energy required. And finally, it can match its output to that specific need. It's the difference between shouting all the time and speaking only when you need to.
So, we've pinpointed the two big culprits: physical waste from inefficient gear and operational waste from poor controls. Now for the good part. What actually happens when we start fixing these things? What's the payoff?
It really starts with this simple, powerful fact. Every bit of energy you don't waste is a bit of energy you don't have to pay for. It's the most direct line you can draw between being efficient and saving money.
But the benefits go way beyond your bank account. And this is so important. Since most of our energy still comes from sources that create emissions, using less energy means creating fewer emissions. It's an incredible two-for-one deal.
So when you put the financial savings and the environmental benefits together, you start to see this incredible multiplying effect. When you really commit to cutting down on energy waste, you don't just get one or two good outcomes, you get this powerful trifecta, 3 huge wins.
And here they are. You cut your costs, you slash your emissions, and here's a fantastic bonus. your equipment actually lasts longer because it's not being overworked all the time. It really is a win-win-win situation, and it's all based on practical, straightforward science.
Okay, so let's bring all of this home. We've gone from the basic laws of physics all the way to real-world benefits. Now, the last step is to turn all this knowledge into action.
And this, right here, is what I hope you take away from all this. Energy efficiency isn't just some marketing slogan. It's a discipline. It's the constant, deliberate practice of making every single unit of energy you use do as much useful work as possible. So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Start looking at the world around you through this new lens. Where are the energy leaks in your own home, in your workplace? What's running when it doesn't need to be? Because the moment you start to see that waste is the moment you can start to do something about it. Thanks for tuning in.